What up, people? So, I put the post up last night about the freaking ghost, alright? And a lot of people want to know, well, what does it do? Well, I'm going to tell you what it does. It torments me. It enjoys it. It almost gets a kick out of it. It's playing. It's a playful ghost. So, let me start out by saying that before this, did I believe that this type of activity went on? No, I didn't. Do I now? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, this weekend as I'm vacuuming the bedroom, I vacuum, I come in, and I go pick up my wife's shoes at the end of the bed, and I start vacuuming. And I do a quick vacuum down the edge of the bed. I didn't push the vacuum under, just the edge of it. I get up close to the head of the bed where my wife's nightstand is, and I vacuum, and as I'm pulling back out and coming back to the end of the bed, a pair of shoes slid out. Okay? Slid out. They didn't tumble out. They didn't roll out. They weren't pulled out. They slid out of the bed. Not one shoe, a pair. Boom. Slid out. I stood there for about 3 seconds to try and rationalize it. I couldn't. There's no laces on them. They're sandals. They're basically like slip-on sandals. All right? So that was the shoe incident that happened the other day. And, you know, some people want to know about it talking. So one night in the middle of the night, it decided to talk. Clear as day. In our bedroom while we're laying there. Lights are out. Dog's in the bed. Door shut. My dog jumps up at 2 something in the morning and starts barking ferociously at the dark. My wife's sleeping, yells out, "What are you barking at?" to the dog. And the dog stops barking. And then the voice goes, "Yeah, what are you barking at?" Right? Turns on the faucet, slides the chair out, closes the door in my line of sight. I've seen it do everything. I try and rationalize everything. There's no answer to it. So, that kind of in a nutshell is just letting everybody know what this thing does. Very playful. You know, it likes to like close the deadbolt on the door. The deadbolt to the door that we never use. One incident, my wife and I were leaving to go somewhere. Both the kids were out of the house, so it was just us. We locked the handle of the door, which is what we lock. We never lock the deadbolt because it takes a key from the outside. Go down the road, realize that we forgot something, turn around and go back and get it. Deadbolt's locked. And some people might say, well, maybe it locked by itself. Maybe the deadbolt kind of was half locked and slid open. Well, the house we're currently living in is a very old farmhouse. It's got newer doors and newer locks. So anybody who's ever replaced any of these doors with newer stuff knows that nothing's square. So you actually have to fidget and finagle this thing to get it to lock from the inside or the outside for that if you're using your key. You know, the door has to be in the correct position because, you know, everything's out of square. So, yeah, that's why I get a little freaked out. You know, apparently it likes messing with me, gets a kick out of it, thinks it's funny. Yeah, I don't think it's so funny. But whatever, you know, it is what it is. Won't be long before I'm moving. And to answer all your questions, no, you're not bringing no ghost hunting team in my house. No infrared cameras. I don't want to know what it looks like. I don't care. No witch doctors, no shamans, no priests, no nothing. All right? Not coming to my house. End of discussion. So, well, I don't know. We'll see what the next week brings. Might be living in another state after this. Shoes really freak me out. Slid out. Like, I'm staring at the bed and it was like, hey, here's some shoes. Right.